Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name's Carmen, and today we're going to do a reading for no contact. And it was kind of a whimsical way. I knew I wasn't supposed to do a yearly review for anyone this afternoon, but I basically picked up the cards with the miniature OG, the Rider-Waite, and I saw the Eight of Cups in the reverse, and I was like, okay, we've got somebody coming back in. And then I took the Metamuse and pulled two cards, and the Knight of Swords was like kind of hiding and then just fell out. And then the Prince of Pentacles, which is like stubbornness in my mind, was like, whoop. So there's some sense here that somebody has realized they've taken too long, that they have some truth that they have to say, and they have to make some sort of journey or serious effort to get this reunion or coming together to actually happen, because we have the Ten of Swords. I went to go find the Eight of Cups in the reverse because I was like, okay, I think I should actually let you guys know that I had that. Hi, Pirate. And we've got 78 cards. I picked it up randomly like I did the first time, and I was one card off. And I felt like the Ten of Swords in the reverse was also pretty applicable, which can signify that you've been through some sort of betrayal, something pretty difficult that someone close to you did that wasn't easy to recover from. You had to find some way to look within to feel better about what had happened instead of trying to get an explanation from the person who disappointed you. Hello, Miss Christina. How are you doing? We've got somebody that I think we may find for some of you is a good person to reconcile with or have a reunion with. And for others of you, this person was too slow. You have to listen to the intuitive messages that you're getting and act on them in a reasonable time. And I don't think that this person did. So we'll dig in. All right. Calling spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. And I think we want the big Rider-Waite to start us off. I hope you're having a lovely day. If you can't tell, I'm a little bit frazzled right now because I'm doing a bunch of cleaning again. So I'm sorry if you hear my washer upstairs. Aw, thank you. How's Miss Alabama doing? All right, we've got the Ten of Swords in the upright. That's interesting because we have it in the reverse right here, you guys. So I think this is going to help us figure out what that betrayal was, right? Let's see what comes out with it. Queen of Pentacles. So this feels like somebody being a little bit difficult with regards to a connection because of how a different connection in their life had failed them. Someone that they felt they should have been able to trust, somebody that there had already been some sort of permanence established with. You don't really come out as the Queen of Pentacles unless there's some sort of stability or some sort of structure that's been established, right? Christmas shopping, delightful. Yeah, I think I have some things I need to do on that front as well. But we've got somebody here that I think learned a very difficult lesson. I don't like to say this, but at the feet of a Queen of Pentacles. Remember, we don't want to get too hung up on the genders, but this would be somebody that you thought you could trust and communicate with, was where I was going with that. But you found out that this person was just thinking about themselves. And I feel like with the Eight of Wands in the reverse, you decided, I have to end this communication or I have to end this connection. You may have even kind of shocked them with your willingness to walk away. And they feel like there's unfinished business here. For some of you, there is a triangle here where two people feel very similarly in terms of two people felt betrayed, two people have had to recover over a long period of time from the sense of betrayal or rejection. But for certain, we have somebody here that is coming out as, I think, a masculine, but however it resonates, that really wants to move fast. We might see the Chariot come out. And it does look like there's travel involved here with the Six of Swords to try to resolve a situation that got out of hand or reconcile with somebody that was really important to them that they didn't treat the way they should have. Ace of Swords in the reverse, there was some sort of refusal to be honest with somebody about how they felt. There's a lot of swords, so we might be dealing with somebody that has Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra in their chart. Going back to the Metamuse, see what else we can get there. That was weird. All right. Emperor and Prince of Cups in the reverse. We have a masculine energy that had more control than he felt in this relationship. Somebody wanted to kind of like subdue or control him in a way. And with the Prince of Cups in the reverse, I feel like there was a negative energy or a toxicity that resonated mostly with this Queen of Pentacles, but would kind of invade the Emperor as well and maybe pull down his like frequency or make him come across as less like jovial. And maybe even a little bit hesitant to fully let yourself connect with somebody. Wow, that just flew out of there. We have the Ten of Cups in the reverse. This is about leaving home or ending a living situation with somebody. So I do feel like this was a breakup for two of the three people involved here. For some of you, there is only two people. So because it's no contact, it's going to resonate for a larger group of people. Just kind of assign it how it works. But there was an ending here because somebody was trying to basically control the other person. There was probably codependency issues here and maybe even a kind of transactional nature of the relationship. Somebody seems to be a little bit cold-hearted here. We have the Magician in the reverse. Somebody was trying to keep this Emperor stagnant, prevent him from being able to move forward in a way, probably because of insecurities. So this could be like a relationship where one person is more successful and the other person feels like there's a chance this person might leave them. So you try to kind of undermine them to keep them at your level. Never a good idea. That's not love. We have the Moon in the reverse, clarifying the Six of Swords in in the upright, which is better. There's a sense that somebody's true colors have been displayed and somebody was very decisive or knew exactly what the right decision was in terms of whether or not to end this relationship. Because with Strength in the reverse, somebody was unwilling and probably unable to like manage their own demons. So again, codependency, this could actually be addiction, but I think more specifically, this is somebody who was very dependent upon the person that they were with and wanted that person to also be dependent upon them. So that's where things like emotional manipulation and sabotage come into play. With the Prince of Wands in the reverse, which would be like the Knight of Wands in the reverse, there's, I think, a propensity to argue here as well because there's a lack of mature emotional connection and communication. This often results in kind of nipping at each other or expressing that frustration in a different way, kind of like, that stereotypical unhappy married couple that can't stop to like appreciate a tasty meal or a nice view. They have to like constantly make life miserable for their partner. That was, I think, towards the end and not for the majority of the relationship, but it did get to that point. And then I kind of want to get a little bit more information here on what this betrayal is. And of course, it'll be a little bit different for each of you, but it does feel like somebody not just wanting to hold you back in a career sense, but wanting to keep you from people that were important to you. So here we have strength in the upright, and it's underneath the emperor, which kind of adds to the idea that we have somebody here that was needing to stand in their own like truth, basically. I'm not going to let you push me around anymore. That's not true. Whatever you said about me, this is actually the way that it is. I feel like we had a lot of self-reflection here. With this strength card, we have a skeleton who has the little, sign of enlightenment behind his or her skull, talking to another skull, which I feel is your inner child, or the inner conflict that we sometimes have in terms of like, I don't know. Oh wait, I have the skull for this. I don't know. Are you ready to grow up? Do you want to be a better person? Should we like just tell it how it is and tell that person they're a little bit of a twat? And somebody was like, you know what? It's time to say what I've been saying to myself to the person that's holding me back. And there was knowledge that this was going to be a large erosion to a foundation that everyone thought would be long lasting, or at least longer lasting. Because with this Knight of Cups in the reverse, there's a sense that somebody maybe wanted forever and then decided they couldn't move forward with that anymore. So there's a pretty distinct like hairpin turn in terms of somebody realizing this is not my person. This is not how my person would treat me. So with the Four of Wands that I'm looking at here, it's a little bit unusual. If you know tarot, quite often you have kind of like a ceremonial view or somebody like getting married in the distance. I think there's like a nice little castle in the background. And here we have instead a couple of flowers, and we have it in the reverse, remember? So I feel like we had somebody that was in a relationship where there was a pretty clear difference. One person would stop and like smell the roses, if you will, or see the beauty in life, be able to, take things in stride. And somebody else was more of like a Debbie Downer, or I can't get past this. I'm really wanting to, feel bad about myself for a second, right? A little bit of a playing victim kind of mentality, but also looking for like the downside in certain things, including their partner. So I feel like this came across as somebody who would, on one occasion, say something really kind and complimentary, and then if they were in a bad mood 4 hours later, they would cut you down on that very same principle. Like, wait a second, you just told me I was the smartest person you've ever talked to, and now you're telling me I'm a dumb what? Okay, interesting. So what happened in the last 4 hours? We have the Seven of Wands. This is underneath the Ten of Cups in the reverse. So someone decided, I need to protect myself from, we have the Magician in the reverse and the Queen of Swords in the reverse. That's a pretty nasty energy. Someone decided with the Seven of Wands, I need to protect myself. This is also a pretty unusual depiction. We've got a circle kind of lined with ferns. And I feel like this is somebody really like tightening that social circle, because it's literally a circle. I might have had a lot of friends, but you've taught me that there's not a lot of value in quantity. There's much more value in quality. So if you're going to be really difficult and try to make my life hell or try to cause me to be stagnant, then, I'll cut you out or I'll walk away. I don't need the negative energy to try to stop me. I want somebody that wants to be there with me and like we grow together, right? Hi there, Destiny. I've been really focused, sorry. All right, what else do we have on the moon in the reverse? Tower in the reverse and the Hermit in the reverse. There's a sense that something kind of, I don't know how to say this. So because I'm looking at the moon, the word that's coming to mind is loony, kind of like what they called the chick in Harry Potter. But like we've got somebody here that I think you used to kind of, or somebody here used to admire for some of the like kind of naive or childish or loony kind of things that they would do. And then over time, there was a maturing that happened for one of these people. And they realized the stuff that they used to kind of think was charming or adorable, even though it wasn't like super relatable, was really just evidence of somebody wanting to stay in one frame of mind or one perspective and never really like grow as a person or change. And the other person, on the other hand, realized I can't change if I'm with somebody that doesn't want to change. Because this strength in the reverse was spilling over into this emperor's life and, brain. There was an acknowledgement that I can't move forward if I have an anchor. Somebody that, not an anchor in a good way, right? Queen of Pentacles, but an anchor in the sense that they don't actually want me to progress as a person. And that's when you find out something like that about someone, I would absolutely imagine that it feels like this. What do you mean? You supposedly love me, but you don't want me to do what's best for me? You don't want me to be a better person. You don't want me to be successful with the dreams that I have? Like, I'm sorry. That's not called love. That's called control. You want to control me. I want somebody that loves me and wants me to do what I'm supposed to do, So with the Ten of Wands in the reverse, there was somebody that lost the will to continue to argue with somebody, didn't want to keep listening to empty promises that somebody was going to change or things weren't as bad as you thought. With the Ten of Wands in the reverse, what I see is kind of like for some reason I see these streams of wands or flowers as like the curtains in a old time show, right? And if it's in the reverse, this is like the show isn't going to go on. Like I don't have any desire to keep working at this. All right. I think actually we'll get a couple from the Fairy Lenormand, and then we'll go back to the tarot. It's about to get real cold here, you guys. And I feel like such a lame-o because it's way colder where I was just living a couple months ago. But I'm down here like, but no, I don't want to wear a jacket, please. We have, this is a good sign. We have, I believe this is technically like a really colorful koi, but we have fish, which is supposed to mean good news, good luck, especially where like money matters are concerned. So there could be a sense here that somebody, after exiting a relationship that was really not that great, has motivation to move quickly towards a relationship that does seem to be more fitting or in line with what they were hoping to find elsewhere. Is that Veronique? Hello and welcome. All right, so we got to know what this is about though, right? For some of you, I think it's important to point out that numerology would break down this number 34 to a 7, because we also have the 7 of Wands for protection. So for some of you, the number 7 could be pretty important to you. We've got the Tower. So for some of you, this is, you have good news coming in regarding just the general foundation of your life. There might be an improvement in terms of both career or money and love. But there's something here that I feel is a little bit unexpected. So we might see like the Three of Wands in the reverse. Something that feels to you like, is that good karma? That seems like a reward for going through something kind of crappy. All right, we might be done with this Lenormand. All right. Just for pirate, we'll have to go with the Kipper, right, guys? All right. What else do we have about this tower? I must know. Distant horizons and bad health. So for some of you, you may have heard that somebody was not doing well and they were at a distance from you, and you get good news that they are recovering, because this tower could also be like somebody physically feeling more like constituted, stronger, right? Because we definitely have the strength card out here. But I feel like there's also a situation where somebody is like a little bit heartsick being far away. So you may have travel that comes towards you. I'm trying to see what's on these sails. You may have some connection to Leo because it looks like a couple of suns that are on the sails up here. I don't know. It's kind of look like some pirate flags too. All right. I feel like I'm drawn to the open window behind the bad health people. There's somebody that has gone through, I think, a pretty lengthy, frustrating time, especially emotionally, that maybe walking into a new relationship that feels like a breath of fresh air. We have privileged lady in the reverse and family room. So I feel like so this can't be the Queen of Pentacles. This is almost like the antithesis of the Queen of Pentacles, because this is somebody who isn't necessarily rolling in dough, but there's good luck coming to this person. So this person could be inheriting something with the family room here, or there's some strong connections here that help this person when they go through difficult times. But there's good news here. So something is changing for this privileged lady in the reverse. Well, yeah, I would say so. So here we have the number 7 again, you guys. Remember I said the fish 34, that would break down to 7. Here we have cards 3 and 4. Courtship and marriage. This feels like a quick moving relationship. So for some of you, this is, you go from the talking stage to, being committed really quickly. For others of you, it's you move in together really quickly, something like that. We have, what a great combo. We have wealthy man and thief in the reverse. So there could be some concerns in somebody's past over being used for financial stability. This could actually be something that has happened to both parties that are coming together in this relationship. I'm drawn to this little, I don't know what the hell that is, but I want to say it has something to do with the stock market. I have no clue. You can tell me how dumb I am. But we've got somebody that has a really nice top hat and looks really confident and a little bit older. I feel like there could be a need for both parties to feel like the other one is legit or, straightforward. We have message of concern in the reverse, and community. Oh, that's kind of cute. So what I'm seeing is probably both of these individuals, but for sure one of these individuals has a really strong social community. Even if it is kind of small, this could just be like family members, right? Maybe a couple of really good friends, but there's a strong community around these two individuals. And I feel like they're going to use other people's opinions to really help them make the decision. Like, hey, what do you think? Yeah? And then with the message of concern in the reverse, one thing that I really like, there's like letters hanging off of her dress. It's like when you have a rug that has little tassels. So we've got the letters C and M. I think that's concerning the artist because it's in a couple of different cards. It's also in the courtship card. You have C and M in the pillars. So that could matter in some regard, but I definitely feel like there's some like approval or somebody feeling like, I think that's a good person for you kind of thing. All right, we're going to use the Santa Muerte deck. I hope so too, Destiny. And that's a very good way to look at it. Hello, Goody, how are you? No, Goody? Yeah. We've got the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands, you guys. This is interesting. With the swords, ooh. So, okay, guys, we've got two cards coming out in opposite directions. We've got the Six of Swords coming out in the reverse now with the two feminine energies that came out. This feels like the Queen of Pentacles that we know was maybe not necessarily a good fit for the Emperor could be trying to find a way to make things really difficult for this masculine energy. So what we have with the Queen of Wands here, we've got somebody who obviously has great fashion. But I also feel like this is somebody, because she's holding a candle, this is like giving off vibes of enlightenment. So this is somebody who helps other people live happier lives. And it's underneath the Strength card where we had somebody that was doing some self-reflection, right? On the other hand, with the Queen of Pentacles, we have the unusual depiction of her on a ladder. And this always makes me think of a social climber, somebody that is really fixated on how much money do you make? What do you have as far as like, property, or do you have a boat? Like weird shit like that. I don't know. I guess I shouldn't say it's weird, but we've got somebody who has kind of a tattered skirt on, but she still has a purse on her hip. So I feel like this is somebody who knows there's a reason to climb this ladder, right? She doesn't even have shoes on. Like personally, if I'm going on a ladder, I would probably like to wear shoes. But that's what I think is actually the message here. This is somebody who's effectively using a rolly chair to substitute a ladder. What I mean by that is somebody is climbing this ladder without shoes. And we have the Six of Swords in the reverse, indicating whatever this person thought was a crafty plan to climb the social ladder or get ahead, or maybe even just prevent somebody else from doing well, it's not going to go well. With the Six of Swords in the reverse, this is somebody who's not really able to make the moves they want to get to a safer place. So this person is, we have the King of Wands. This person is going to find out that they have underestimated the person they were trying to prevent from moving forward. Because aren't these two adorable, you guys? They have like matching outfits on, but like in a slightly less offensive way than like the denim pairing of Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake. because I think it's the hats, honestly. But we've got people that the Queen of Wands and King of Wands, these are divine counterparts. They understand each other. So this feels like people working together, and it's maybe underestimated by specifically the social climber here. But I feel like there's a kind of like level of untouchableness, if that's a word, because somebody here is like unfuckwithable. This is somebody who's like, no, 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 that's really cute and all. You're trying to like manipulate me, but like you can't because I know who I am and I'm stronger than I was when I was with you. So whatever you think you know about me isn't right anymore because I'm better. So it's like somebody even underestimating kind of their own power. This Queen of Pentacles, who's a social climber, was unaware that her mistreatment of this emperor made him a stronger person. Because we have a King of Wands who's passionate, but he's already come out as the emperor as well. So there's a sense here that someone who believed they would be able to manipulate someone because they had in the past finds out that by virtue of being as awful as they were, they taught somebody to be a better person and be able to not deal or like move past somebody trying to emotionally manipulate them. We have the Nine of Cups, clarifying the Hermit being in the reverse, and the Strength in the reverse. Somebody's, well, I think it's the King of Wands, Emperor energy here, has determined that the willingness to move forward and actually, progress spiritually isn't in everyone. Some people are perfectly content to, if we use Matrix as like, the analogy, they're totally fine to keep eating steak and not actually live a real life. And somebody else is like, well, that's cool because like there's this other person here who doesn't do this that understands me. So you might think that you can ruin what I have, but haha, you're not strong enough. Strength card in the reverse. Somebody is underestimating the King of Wands having turned into the Emperor as a result of this betrayal. And as a result, somebody is woefully inept at being able to attack or get to this masculine energy. And it's kind of like, I don't know, maybe it's just because I've been watching that Anne Boleyn show, but I've been thinking of some of the books that I read about Queen Elizabeth I. And if you know anything about like naval history, you know that the English defeating the Spanish Armada was kind of a fucking big deal. Sorry. I'm proud of my girl Elizabeth, okay? She did real good with that one. But it also had a lot to do with the fact that the English know how to deal with like stormy weather seas. And if you are used to chaos, it means you know how to deal with that in a battle situation better than somebody who's just maybe like pulling their shit together, be able to cross the ocean when it's nice weather, right? So I feel like somebody didn't know that there was healing. And this is probably also why I'm thinking about the Spanish Armada. Somebody was better suited for this difficult conversation or encounter or moving forward. It didn't work. This Queen of Pentacles may have gotten to be able to, really control this person over a long period of time, but they didn't accommodate for the changes. They didn't expect somebody to like not cry over them, not care if they were, saying anything really. This is the Queen of Pentacles with the Eight of Cups here, realizing that she has to give up. She has to walk away. Whatever she did not only set up the masculine energy for a better life, but also effectively sealed her own fate. Like there's no going back here. And one thing I wanted to make sure you can see is so this is the Eight of Cups. She's got those 8 cups as like chalices that are skulls, like a crown. And there's a couple that have emotion leaking from them. So it's like you may have actually kind of broken somebody that had never been broken before. somebody that didn't actually care about their actions, now realizing, probably just because it ruined their own plans, now realizing that they actually do feel something and it's pain. But is it for the right reason? I don't know if we can necessarily go there, right? We're at 35 minutes, so I'm going to try to make sure we don't run into audio loop issues, but I'll grab a couple more from the beginner tarot, and then I think we'll end it with some everyday tarot. So we have the Tower and the King of Pentacles. So there's drastic change. Like I'm hearing scorched earth, like everything is different now. But I don't know, sometimes you have to lose everything before you can gain what you really want. It's like I left a lot of stuff in Minnesota, some in a storage unit, but like some I gave out, some I tried to sell, blah, blah, blah. Some I did sell, whatever. And I just had to like keep telling myself, yeah, that was like a beautiful bedroom set. Like I had a remote controlled bed, you guys. That was pretty fucking cool. Like, old person. Oh, I could put my feet up. But I did not want to move that shit all the way down to Tennessee. And there's like this acceptance, as there was with me. I have to let go of some of this stuff that was really nice for the time that it was nice, but it makes room for something that is better for me. Like if you know that you have been putting in the work, like a King of Pentacles would know. So this is somebody, by the way, it's probably the Emperor. This is somebody who is able to, you know, find stability after instability, regain balance after losing it. I feel like somebody here is realizing, yeah, a lot of shit has changed. I may have lost my favorite bedroom set, but but I just know someday I'm going to find something even better. You know, like I loved it, but maybe instead of a black bedroom set, I will find a green one, which is my favorite color. Just kidding. That would be a little bit ridiculous, wouldn't it? All right, we have the Six of Swords and the Page of Wands. I'm really being drawn to the numbers on these cards. And you'll notice the Page of Wands has the number 2, which is another reason I kind of like these cards, is they reduce all the numbers, kind of like numerology style for you. But we've got perhaps importance with the number 6 or the number 2, or perhaps somebody was born in 62, born in June. Take it how it resonates, but we've got somebody that is accepting, yes, there's been a huge change in my life that happened as a result of somebody letting me down and not, doing as they said they would. But with the Six of Swords, I have the resources to move on to the next chapter in my life. And I know that I'm more mentally prepared or emotionally open to have the kind of life that I want. And with the Page of Wands, this is somebody who's like an adventurer in my mind. Somebody who knows that even if they don't have like solid plans for what's going to be happening in 6 months, they do know that it'll be awesome. There's like a faith here that they're going to have a great time. Keep your eye on your goals and enjoy every moment is the quote on the Page of Wands card. We have the Page of Pentacles, another page. So this could be a lot of communication after somebody maybe was a little bit of a hermit. But we've got somebody who is eager and curious. Focus on your goals to bring great success. And then we have the Seven of Swords in the reverse. If you're going to have a card in the reverse, this is one of the best ones to have in the reverse, because in the upright, this is somebody who's being like dishonest, bit of a trickster. And then in the reverse, this is somebody who wants to find a way to build trustworthiness, wants to have truth as the foundation. This could, in some situations, be somebody who wants to come clean, but I get more so, especially because we have the Page of Pentacles right next to it. There's a newness, a freshness here. Somebody wants to build a foundation that is like truth, 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 truth. Everything is authentic and honest. We have the moon in the reverse. And I can't help but see that we have like the 9 in the reverse looks like a 6, and I was drawn to the 6 and the 2 over here. But we've got trifling mistakes, truth, deception recognized, consciousness, and clarity. I feel like the trifling mistakes is the least applicable one here. More so, this is saying to me that somebody acknowledges that they're too smart now to let people get away with gaslighting or dishonest shenanigans. So they do want to like basically prioritize whoever is in this social circle with me, whoever is in my inner circle. You're going to have a little bit of a litmus test. You've got to demonstrate that you also prize honesty and you also have a determination to become a better person. And like maybe, you know, you're a bit of an adventurer, but more importantly, you're someone I can rely on, right? All right. Let's get some more information on the Tower, specifically the Lenormand one, because that's where we have the bad health card coming out. So we have the 10 of Wands in the reverse, just like we did over here, and Judgment. Somebody has heard the call or acknowledged that they had the control to, you know, lighten the load a little bit. Hi, Maria. How are you? Hi, Tom. And we've got like a lighter feel, like somebody is able to kind of like whistle while they work or dance while they cook. Somebody is feeling a little bit more hopeful. And with the kind of odd depiction here with Judgment, we've just got the one person popping up out of the coffins. There's usually a couple of them. So I feel like for some of you, there could be some sense that you like connect so quickly, like you had to have known them before or something. There's just like a, did you hear that? Just like a really quick connection. My neighbors are really friendly. So we have the Fool. So somebody is like, you know, maybe a little bit overly cautious, a little bit of a hermit, right? But there is an element of being willing to take a risk. And it's by both of these people because they hear their intuition. They know that it's a good idea to take this risk. I love that he has different colored boots on. All right, we have 2 of Wands in the reverse and the Knight of Swords in the reverse. Someone feels like there's a little bit of difficulty with regards to how to make plans. So 2 of Wands in the upright is like charting a new course. So this would be like somebody's ready to travel. And I really thought with Distant Horizons, we had somebody trying to travel. So there could be something here that's a little bit frustrating, holding back the Knight of Swords that we had at the outset of the reading from taking the action that he wants to or she wants to. We have the High Priestess clarifying the Fool. Somebody feels comfortable taking a risk because of the like signs they're seeing or their intuition. Someone could have a moon tattoo. We have the 4 of Wands, the 7 of Wands in the reverse. So there's some element here of, I see the 4 of Wands as somebody's home. We don't have any people there, so I think this is specifically talking about a structure. It's like kind of giving me vibes of somebody is a little bit of a drifter. Like, I don't have to defend a home. I have, you know, the next year to do whatever I want. Maybe I'm going to go on a cruise. Maybe I'm going to study abroad. Maybe I'm going to study abroad. Like, you know, I feel like somebody's like adventuring. Maybe somebody's going on tour for like a band. Maybe somebody is, doing some sort of really cool research for a book they're writing that calls for them to travel the globe a little bit. But I feel like there's a need to get some details sorted. We have the Eight of Wands and the Empress in the reverse. You will likely get communication from the social climber. I think primarily that would be towards the person that they were previously with. But for some of you, you got a crazy enough person in your past that they want to reach out to your new person and see if they can ruin it for you. And as I was saying that, I was really drawn to the number 13. So that could be important. Maybe this person who's the social climber lives with, address number has 13 or phone number, something like that. We've got Knight of Cups in the upright underneath the King of Pentacles. This I see as somebody who wants to make an offer. And because we have the Empress in the reverse right in front of this, it's like somebody wants to anticipate an offer and prevent it. So they're trying to sneak around, maybe get information. So if you are not already discreet with what you put on social media, you may want to consider that. Because somebody is trying to find a way to ruin your plans, which could be why this Two of Wands is in the reverse. You could feel like you have to be a little bit more diligent or willing to have like delays. I hope so too, Destiny. We have the Hermit and the Four of Swords in the reverse. I like that we have the Hermit in the upright, but it feels like somebody has one part of their healing that still needs to be addressed. This feels like somebody that has been able to really do a lot of solid work, but they feel like there's one thing that they can't necessarily quite do. Maybe they feel like they have to have, a partner, but I don't necessarily believe that healing has to have anybody else involved. There might just be some component that this person who's going on a journey, they want love. But they're picky. Like, as I'm looking at this Ace of Cups card, I see the water that's overflowing, if it were in the upright, as somebody's hair. And it's almost like, and like this would be like the neck. It's almost like somebody's like, I really don't care how hot you are. That's not what matters to me right now. Like, I want love, but I want it to be with somebody who's a star, somebody who is healthy on their own as far as a, mental health and strength, not codependent, right? Because we had a pretty codependent social climbing kind of energy over here. This is somebody realizing that they've had to be a little bit picky because they know that what really matters is, somebody's intent or their character, right? So you can't really use Tinder to find that, right? Ooh, but we have the Ten of Pentacles. Five of Swords. Somebody is going to try to sabotage this, but the Ten of Pentacles indicates that this pairing is fruitful, a good match. Temperance. Temperance is like, this is not necessarily my preferred way to describe it, but okay, have you ever been to a bar that supposedly has like a really famous mixed drink? Like, they're supposed to be really good at it, right? It's their drink, their signature drink. And then you get it and it's like, that's way too sweet, or that doesn't have enough like salt in the room, whatever the shit is, it's not balanced, right? I feel like there's like a winning balance here, with the Ten of Pentacles and Temperance. This is a feeling that even when somebody tries to step to this, their efforts to self-sabotage aren't good enough to also sabotage somebody else, right? The Nine of Cups in the reverse is somebody being greedy, but I don't think anybody like listens to this person. So I feel like there's somebody that's going to try to cause trouble but fail because whatever their efforts are stuck in the past. It might have worked on the person that they actually dated, from long ago, but now there's somebody here who is much more confident in terms of what they want in their life, who they want to be, and who they will like let come into their life. Hey, Steven, how are you doing? All right, hold on. I'm getting kind of short on time here too, because we've got definitely a chance of being like throttled. We have the Queen of Swords in the reverse, the Two of Cups, and the Ace of Wands in the reverse. The controlling energy, which came out as the Queen of Swords in the reverse already. Magician in the reverse as well. Very controlling energy. Sees that there's an opportunity for a new love pairing here and wants to prevent that new beginning. Tell me about the Ace of Wands in the reverse. We have the Chariot. So I feel like I called that, but more so because somebody might be traveling. And I'm getting, honestly, that this is more so somebody may try to involve the law, like try to file a false police report, or if they have connections to law enforcement, they may try to look up information on their rival. We've got the Emperor coming out. I feel like this is protective energy. Like someone knows the tricks that this social climber uses and knows how to address them. Because I feel like with the Four of Cups in the reverse and the Knight of Wands in the reverse, we have somebody whose efforts to get the Emperor to reject someone else are not going to work. Like this is somebody not realizing that somebody has just like purely moved on. We have the Ace of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. There's an opportunity here, I believe more so in love, but I think it also impacts career that leads to a balancing of the scales. People who have had difficult relationships finding something that is more so like their pace, like finding someone who looks at the relationship the same way that you do. Page of Cups in the reverse. Tell me more about the Page of Cups in the reverse. This is interesting. I don't ever see it this way, but you guys, I think so. Like Two of Swords in the reverse is like somebody who's decided like they don't have to think about it. They know what they want, right? This is like giving me vibes of somebody who knows they won't really like have a lot to apologize for. It's just going to be like an easy relationship. I feel like this is somebody who knows that the moods or personality styles, whatever communication styles, are similar enough where it's not going to be argumentative like maybe this previous relationship was. Empress in the reverse. Magician. This chick won't leave this guy alone, dude. Holy shit. What did you do to this social climber here, huh? buy you nice shoes. We got somebody that is tireless in their efforts, determined, possibly spreading gossip, trying to get other people on their side, maybe even try to like vilify their rival. But all I see with these 4 cards is somebody who can't let go, somebody who doesn't have the power that they think they do. Because, okay, we've got the Magician in the upright instead of the reverse. That's all fine and well, except for we've also got the Page of Wands in the reverse. So it doesn't matter. You might feel like you have what it takes to control the situation, but you don't, because the wand is facing down. This is like underestimating your opponent. But, you know, I think we've all handled that a little bit, right? Okay, I think I should call it there. I don't want the audio to start having some problems, but thank you guys for joining me. Here we can end it right on 5555. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll see you later.